So there are generally three types of question you might encounter in this principal value. Type A is actually that will ask you to find the range of principal value. Of course, you can memorize them. You can memorize this three range, which is not hard. But otherwise, right, you can use the fact that since we actually understand this one, by default, our calculator has a preset principal value in our calculator. So why not we use this fact to help us to find the range. So example, the type A here, they ask you to state the value between which the principal value of inverse sine x must lie. So basically, they are asking you to state this value here, this range here. But what if we forgot in the exam? So you may actually just like, you can see what I wrote here. You can just find a random positive or negative value of, like example, this one and this one. So if you punch in calculator, you realize that for this, right, you will get 30 degree, which is a basic angle. Then for this, you will get negative 30 degree. So from here, right, you can roughly tell, okay, so you realize that if you're using the ASTC, right, the 30 degree is when you actually get here. So that's why it is the alpha law. It's between 0 to 90 ma. Whereby the negative 30 is when you go this direction, and whereby this is actually negative 90 to 0. So you can conclude that, okay, that means, right, the principal value will be between 90, negative 90 to 90. Okay. Then similarly, you also can use the same tactic, right? Same tactic to help you to find the cosine. You also do the same thing. You punch in calculator. Oh, sorry, it's a cosine. So you punch in calculator to get the inverse cosine half. Then you got 60 degree here. Then the other one is the this one where you get 120. So you can see that this one 60 degree, right, is alpha, like I say. This one, right, is actually second quadrant. So you actually will get from here, both are positive answer. So it's actually this way, alpha, and the other one is 180 minus alpha. So from here, you can tell that the range will be between 0 degree to 180. So this is just a trick that you can use in your exam to actually derive the principal value range. Okay, the other one maybe tangent. So for example, tangent, right? You get this one 45 degree. You can this one, all these can punch in calculator to get so it can tell you a hint about it. So of course the number is like you randomly just write a positive value, a random positive value or negative value to help you to figure out the range. Yeah. So for this one, right, you get negative 45. So quite similar to the sine. You realize that the 45 degree is when you get this direction, and the negative 45 is when you get this direction. So you can get the range is between negative 90 to 90. So this is how you can conclude the range of the principal value of three different trigo. You just punch in calculator, two random number, one positive, one negative, then you can be able to conclude which quadrant it lies in. Okay, then I'm going to show you the type B question. So type B, right, they'll ask you to find the principal value of the this one in degree mod. So what you will do, right, you punch in calculator for this one first. Okay, you need to punch in the positive value first. Okay, sorry. So you just punch in the positive value first. Yeah, to get the basic angle. So you punch in positive value, you get, okay, 30 degree, for example. Then step 2, right, you punch in the actual value they are looking for. Then you get negative 30 degree. But you cannot just write the answer directly. If you can write the answer directly, of course, we don't need the workings. We can just like get from calculator directly, since the calculator give all the principal value. But most of the time the question will ask you to show the workings. That's why this is what I thought of, like the easier way for you to find out. So the step 1 and step 2, right, are not required to write in the answer key. You just like for yourself only. So only step 3 onwards, right, are what you need to write in the on the answer sheets. So step 3 onwards, right, what you will need to do, right, first, after you obtain the value here, you may then realize that, okay, this one. So you can decide the quadrant it lies in. You realize that this is actually in a fourth quadrant, but in a negative angle, as you can tell. So the angle actually go clockwise lah, huh? So what you will do then, right, is to from here you can tell, okay, what you wrote, first step you write sine 30 degree is equal to half. Next, right, since you conclude this is a fourth quadrant and it's a negative alpha, you can actually, if you want, you can write here ASTC. Then you realize this is actually going this way, negative alpha. And you can conclude that fourth quadrant, the sign is negative one. So that's why you will end up, this one is negative sine alpha, isn't it? So that's why you you will manage to find out, okay, this one is equal to negative sine 30 degree. And so you will end up negative half here. So from here, isn't it, we can conclude negative 30 degree is equal to inverse sine negative half. Yeah. So finally, you write the answer. And that's how you get the answer. So the step here onwards, right, are all required in your answer sheet. So just want you to take note of this. So okay, type C, right, will be actually, yeah, example, this one they ask you to find in radian mode. So just slightly extra step, I will say. Step 1, right, similar to the previous question here, we find the basic angle first. So what you need to do, right, but bear in mind, although the question asking for the radian mode, right, you will have your calculator in the degree mode first. The reason is because, right, in case the angle is a special angle. So yep, keep your calculator in the degree mode, then you're trying to find the basic angle. So you can get this one. No, sorry, the basic angle. So you'll be positive half. Yeah. Then you will get the angle 60 degree. So then you can actually convert it into radian mode. Either you actually, if you forgot, you can just do this method. Or if you memorize already, you can just write the answer directly. Then step 2, right, you will punch in calculator the actual value you are looking for. So you will get 120 degree. So you can also convert it into a radian mode. Yeah. Okay. Then step 3 onwards is what you need to include in your paper. So step 3, you will write cosine pi over 3 is equal to half. And from the ASTC, okay, so yeah, you can tell 120 degrees is actually in the second quadrant. So you can draw the ASTC. So this is S, right? And you can realize it's second quadrant. So that's why the cosine, right, 180 minus alpha is equal to negative cosine alpha. So yeah, you can then get from, you can write here in the radian mode, pi minus the basic angle pi over 3 is equal to negative cosine pi over 3. Then you copy the answer we have obtained. Yeah, it's negative half. And this one will be cosine 2 pi over 3. So from here, you can conclude 2 pi over 3 is equal to this. And so you rewrite the way, then you get the answer. Okay, so these are general, the 3 type of questions you will encounter in the principal value.